What's up guys, it's Reaper and Nubby, and today is August 1st, which means 3 months until Halloween, which, if you didn't know, I do a lot of shit for Halloween. I have to start working on my costume like now. So in addition to wanting to make my own costume, I also want to have a Halloween party, go to a bunch of different haunted trails, carve pumpkins. I'm streaming. I'm gonna wear a costume for every single stream, which is 14, brother, that's a shit ton. Last year, I was literally working on my Korra costume up until the day of the f***ing party. October is my favorite time of year, and I want to do as much as I can in that short amount of time. You know, I love spooky season. Let's go! But I always get so stressed and I never have the time, and my costume didn't turn out how I wanted it. We're planning. I'm going to try to finish my costume in 2 months, which seems like a reasonable amount of time, but I got a fucking job. I stream. I go to the gym. Social life. Imagine. For this Halloween, I'm gonna be Rengoku! Yay! I've been wanting to do a Rengoku costume for like, I don't know, 3 years, but last year, Avatar Korra, made that myself. It was okay. The year before that, I was Sukuna, and that was a little bit better. I was really proud of that one, so I really want to make this good. So to make it as best as it possibly can be, one, I actually bought a book that has patterns so that I don't have to make the patterns myself. However, I do still have to like assemble everything, be able to read through the pattern booklet and like understand all of that. In addition, I also have leveled up my sewing machine. Let's go. So now I have this honkin' thing, which is gonna be much better than my teeny itty bitty little bitty. In addition, my sister bought me a dress form. Yay! So I'm gonna go to Joann's and I'm gonna buy the fabric. We have the top, the bottom, sword, the shoes, wig. About that. Fuck. We got a lot of work to do. Let's go. They already have Halloween stuff. All of these spooky fabrics. Oh, I love that. Okay, focus. That was kind of a bust. I'm probably just gonna see if I can look online. And that is exactly what I did. I went to Fabric Wholesale Direct, where I got most of my fabric for this project. This website is really awesome, and there's a link in the description if you want to check it out. Here you can see this is the first page, and it has the scale, and I just took my ruler, and it is perfect.
8 hours later.
I just double checked after printing 32 pages and it's wrong. Now what I have to do is go through all of these to cut the left side and the bottom of all of them. Yeah. It is the 19th of August and I am already feeling like I am running out of time, but I also need to work on my costume, but I also need to upload gaming content, but I also have a fucking job, and like, I don't remember the last time I cooked for myself. Absolutely. I'm just really starting to worry that I'm gonna run out of time and it's just gonna turn out bad and I'm gonna crash and burn, I don't know. Also, keep the fit, kinda cute. Okay. Okay, so these are the 4 fabrics that I bought for this costume. Silicone stretch twill in brown and white. Cotton muslin, which I'm gonna be using to make a mock-up of the whole costume so I don't waste these 2. This is interfacing, which goes on the inside. Brown thread to go with the brown fabric. Now, if there are any Demon Slayer nerds out there that are like, why are you using brown fabric for a Demon Slayer costume? If you pay attention to the way that the characters are designed, their uniform color matches their character. So Tanjiro's uniform is more burgundy red-ish. Shinobu's is a little more blue. Lower ranking Demon Slayers, their uniforms are just straight black. And for Rengoku, his is just a little brown. So that is why I've chosen brown fabric for the costume. Hi. It is September 5th. In an entire month, I managed to buy the fabric that I need, cut out the patterns. Yeah, that's about it. I didn't even cut the fabric, I just cut the paper for the patterns. So today, I'm going to try to cut out the fabric. Let's go. Okay, I'm really scared I'm gonna fuck this up. That's why I bought this fabric, so that I can trial and error, I guess. Okay, let's go for it. I'm gonna just start with the back and go from there. So something that you need to think about whenever you're cutting fabric is where the grain line is. And the grain line is like basically how the fabric is woven together. The grain line will be able to just, I'm not really sure. I think I found it. I'm nervous. I think I did it. Yippee! What is this? The front? The back? It's the back. The first step is to sew the darts. Then I have to mark it on the opposite side of the fabric, and then I'm gonna sew. I already made 3 mistakes. When I folded the fabric over, I folded it too far, so I wasted a little bit of space on that fabric, but it's cheap. I marked the fabric on the right side, so there's the wrong side and the right side being what is on the outside, which is incorrect. I go ahead and continue. We're learning. Mistake number 4, you were supposed to sew 2 centimeters past for the top and the bottom. I only did that for the bottom. That's crazy. I like actually made something that resembles article of clothing. How about that? So I just scrolled through a lot of the tutorial book. 7 pages of it are dedicated just to the welt pocket. Just this little itty bitty pocket. Like 7 pages. I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm just gonna fucking do the front part. I'm just gonna do the front part of the jacket. Isn't that right, Nubby? So I went to Blue Ridge Rock Fest this weekend. My body hurts, my neck hurts, I have a headache, kinda sucked. But today I'm gonna work on the welt pocket, see how it goes. I was just absolutely freaking out because I thought that I did the welt pocket on the incorrect side. I messed up twice. I had to do this 3 times, but I figured out you just have to fucking Uno reverse the shit. You literally flip what you did on the inside. Look at that! That's like an actual fucking pocket. Dope. Is the most difficult thing that I have ever sewn before. Look at this shit. This is a real functioning pocket, and it's not perfect. This is my first try ever doing a welt pocket. I'm very happy with how it turned out, so it'll be even better on the real thing. Let's go.
That's really quite clever, isn't it?
I'm not feeling great. I just did something stupid, but I'm running out of time. This is just the mock-up, so it's an easy mistake, it's an easy fix, and I'm just gonna keep going because I don't have time to undo this whole stitch and fucking put them back together. The pocket's on the wrong side. This is supposed to be on the outside. Whatever, we're just moving on. So I am about to sew front pieces and the back piece together. I have decided that I am not going to film anymore for the mock-up. I will film more sewing of the actual costume. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to film anymore, but I literally just spent multiple hours trying to figure out how to do the collar, and I finally figured it out. I said that the pocket was the most challenging thing that I've had to sew so far. This is it. This is the one, man. This is my baby. Huh? Happy October! The wig came in. It's looking voluptuous, that's for sure. I got this little doodad in the back, which is pretty cool. It just like clips in. It's looking a little chaotic right now. It just came out of the box, so I'm gonna do a little bit of styling. I just ordered a couple wig stands so that I can actually set it on something and kind of mess around with it. There's a lot of volume here. Hi, how are you? Okay, the mock-up's done! Yay! And I got the wig, it's not styled. Holy shit, dude, I fucking did it! Look at this! Look at that! I look like an escaped convict from an insane asylum. But I fucking did it. It's not perfect. I didn't do some of the detail stuff, like I didn't add the buttons. It's just being held together with pins right now. And I fucked up quite a bit. The pocket is on the inside. I just kind of needed to do it all once so that when I do the actual costume, I'm not gonna fuck it up. Because I learned so fucking much making this. I'm really excited to actually get to making the real costume because it is October 7th. Really just knowing what the fabric needed, like how it, you know, it's like I had no idea. I had no idea, and now at least I have some idea. That's my baby. I think it's time for the real thing. Let's go. Now that I've added the darts, I'm going to print out the pattern for the back, copy that onto heat transfer vinyl, and then attach that. It's quite large, but I found a great reference photo, and I think that this works. This is a new technique I've never done before, so let's give it a try. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you guys where I'm at. I worked on the back of the costume yesterday and did the Demon Slayer logo or whatever, and I got frustrated and I started to peel it off, and now it looks bad, but it doesn't look that bad and you're not really gonna see it anyways. So I'm just trying to decide whether I want to completely redo, because it wouldn't just be redoing the logo, it would be redoing the back piece as well. I want it to be really good, so part of me is like, yeah, fucking just redo the whole thing, even though that took me most of yesterday. The other part of me is like, nobody's ever gonna see it, and it doesn't even look that bad. So, in the meantime, I'm just gonna start working on other parts of the costume. Maybe I'll figure out what I want to do along the way. Hello, I spent all day remaking this. Also, I'm a ghost for stream tonight, so I cut out the back piece again, I cut out the front left piece again, even though I had already done the stuff on the back and I did the welt pocket. I wasn't happy with how it turned out. You know, the back piece, like, you're not even gonna see that really, but I just want it to be really good, so I decided to redo it, and it was actually kind of crazy the relief I felt, because I've been in a fucking bad mood all day today and yesterday because I wasn't happy with how it turned out. When I decided, okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna redo it. It's gonna take another day, but whatever. The relief that I felt was actually kind of crazy. So it's okay to start over sometimes, right? It's okay. And it's gonna look really good, especially since we're taking the time to make sure it looks good. Okay, I gotta sneeze. Bye. Let me explain the situation. Did the back piece, so the darts, as you can see, they're looking wonderful. But here's the thing. Originally, I had decided that I wanted to do the darts so that it fit my figure better, but Rengoku's a male character. I've been second guessing myself about doing them, so I undid one. You can still kind of tell where the stitch was, and I don't love that, so I kind of am thinking maybe I just need to completely redo that. And because of that, I'm jumping around a little bit because I haven't decided what I want to do yet. So I'm gonna start working on the collar, which proved to be the hardest thing that I have ever sewn before. So let's fucking get to it. Okay, so when I was talking about the collar being difficult, it was pretty much this. Figuring out how to orient the fabric, it was just really challenging for me, but I got it there in the end. Why is it that not until I fucking finish doing whatever difficult fucking task it is, only then do I realize I fucked up I forgot to interface this. I decided just to not undo the stitching for this because it's just difficult to figure out. It's really frustrating, but I just ironed the interfacing on even though they're stitched together, and I'm just gonna try and like do that individually. Like I'll fold over the brown fabric and try and just do the white and cut that off. I keep thinking like, oh, I have it, and I'm not taking my time as much as I should, and I keep fucking up. And the other thing is that I want it to be perfect, and it's not gonna be perfect, but I'm fucking trying. My allergies are really bugging me too, so that's an added frustration on top of this already. I think 17 days till Halloween. All right. I'm feeling a little bit better. Got some tea. And of course, Nubby for emotional and moral support. Anyway, the issue that I have with the back of the costume, I am going to resolve now. I'm gonna cut out like the rest of the pattern pieces that I need for the brown fabric so that I'll know either I have to rip the stitch out of what I already have, or I can just cut a new one. 9 days, 10 including the day of the party, on top of having to finish the top part of the costume, the pants, styling the wig. Completely forgot that I still have to make like the coat, like the flame coat. Fucking hell, man. I'm definitely not gonna do the sword this time. Nubs, look at her. What you want? Baby. Okay, Nubby, I have to cut out fabric now. Good news, I definitely have enough fabric to redo the back completely. I don't have to undo all the stitching, so yay. There was a little bit of a mix-up when I got to work today, so I have an unexpected hour on my hands before I have to go in. Let's see what we can get done. Let's go. So what I'm about to do is stitch right in the middle of the back piece to create the illusion of having it made out of two different pieces. The reason I decided to do this, because it's not in the pattern booklet that I bought, the reason I decided to is based on a reference photo that I found, which is why I was like, the pleats shouldn't be there. There should be a stitch in the middle. I'm trying to be as accurate as possible. So that's what I'm doing right now. I just want to say, doing the collar sucked. I spent, I don't know, 8 fucking years overthinking it, and I'm still not positive I did it right. It's looking pretty good though. Ooh, baby, sleeves. So a pretty cool technique that I have to do for the sleeves and for the pants is called gathering. You just kind of bunch the fabric together, but there's a technique for it. Just do a straight stitch, and then you pull the thread and push the fabric
I have to do this with 2 hands though. I just pinned the lining to the armhole on both sides, and I think I was supposed to sew this already when I attached the collar, but I didn't, so I'm gonna do it now. 4 days until the Halloween party. I am about to head out to Michael's because I'm running out of thread. Let's go. I walked in here with a mission, and I've already found something that I'm gonna buy that I don't need. All of the Halloween stuff is 60% off, so hell yeah. Thread acquired. Next step is to attach the arms. I did it! The sleeves are attached. Yay! No holes. They're not super bumpy at the top. They reach my wrists. They look pretty good. The sleeves are really hard. I'm so happy that the top is done. All I have left to do is the buttons and the hook and eye for the collar. Back turned out great. Collar looks good. Pocket looks good. Sleeves look good. Let's go. Having a little trouble figuring out how to do the snaps. So it's on the mannequin for now, and I'm gonna start on the pants. Let me tell you, I'm trying to power through these. I'm trying to get this shit done. I have 4 hours, less than 4 hours until stream starts. Also not entirely sure my costume for that is ready, but who cares? We're living, baby. Let's go. Good morning. So I stayed up after stream and I worked on the pants some more, and we're basically ready to sew the pocket in place and then sew them together. The next step being the zipper, I think, which is pretty difficult, but also not the worst. Yeah, let's just get to it. We have the cuffs of the pants, which you can see on the mock-up. That's like the bottom part. The pants are nice and poofy, which is how they're supposed to be, but for them to be that puffy, I have to pull the cuffs all the way up to my knees. Also, this material is super like soft and slippery, so I bought fabric tape to hold it in place. This part of the pant is supposed to go down to the ankle, which obviously it doesn't, so I'm adding like 9 inches to the cuff so that it'll reach the ankle. Okay. So I have these little tubes made out of the faux leather, and I even bought a tool called a loop turner, which is meant to turn skinny loops of fabric inside out, and I cannot for the life of me get this to work. So I'm just going to cut 4 new loops out of just plain white fabric. Just finished up my first cooking stream ever. It was a lot of fun. Cookies did not turn out good, but the jalapeno poppers look good. Anyway, the only thing left to do for the costume, for now, at least for the party, is to sew on the snaps, which I have to hand sew, which is annoying, and it's gonna take a little bit, but it is approaching 5 and the party starts at 7, so okay.
I saw a new card. I saw a new card twice.
Merry Christmas. So after the Halloween party, I was just a little burnt out and I was really running behind on a lot of things. I had a lot of editing to do. I've decided that I'm going to take Rengoku to Animazement, which gives me 5 more months to finish the costume. I had to use so much fabric tape to keep the pants hiked up, and that was because of the material, the red material for the cuff. I decided that I hate that material. It's awful. I also hate the belt. Instead, I am going to take brown fabric and do the waistband like it originally was with the faux leather that I used, and then I am actually going to buy a belt. So there are a couple things that I sort of rushed, like the buttons and the snaps. Some of them are falling off, some of them you can see when it's buttoned, so I need to redo those. The hook and eye, it doesn't close completely, so I want to see if maybe I can use Velcro to keep it completely closed. The decorative buttons on the front, there are 4, and I only have 3, and I'm really mad about it, but I can't fix it unless I completely redo the left side, which has the welt pocket. I still have to make the coat, the shoes, the sword, and I have to style the wig. I also need to add the decorative flames to the cuff, but we can't do that until we get that new material. And fortunately, it's going to be easier to do because it's not attached to the pants anymore. All right, let's go. This looks incredible. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm like way happier. So this is where the costume is at currently. I fixed the waistband and I think that this looks much better. As far as the top goes, I'm not entirely in love with it. I think it has a lot of small things that I would like to fix, and then once I fix that, I think it's gonna look a lot better. So what I'm gonna do is disassemble, which is like, God fucking damn it, dude, sucks. So the sleeves are a little shorter than I would like, but whenever I sewed the sleeves in the first place, I didn't cut off the excess. I just left the whatever was left over on the sleeve on the inside. So after I take the sleeves off, I'll flip it inside out and then pin the sides to just make it a little more fitted without having the darts on the back. Theoretically, it should be as easy as ripping the stitch on the sleeves, flipping this inside out, pinning it so that it fits a little bit better, sewing that, cutting off the excess, ironing the seam allowance down, and then reattaching the sleeves, theoretically. Okay, let's disassemble. Okay, the sleeves are off. I'm feeling like Tengen right now. You know what I'm saying? Tengen cosplay when. So I think I want to bring it in about an inch on both sides. This is going to be kind of hard to do by myself, but I think I'm just going to pin it and then I'll mark it on the inside because this is a lot easier than doing it inside out. Looks good, feels good. I think I've done a little too much. We're just gonna bring it in by like 1 centimeter, I think, on both sides because we're getting some pulling here in the middle. Definitely don't want that. So after that, I'm gonna flip it inside out and then just kind of pin on the inside where I pinned on the outside. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I realized that for this to be an accurate fit, I'm gonna have to bind. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Boop. This looks way better. Hell yeah. If only I was doing a Muichiro and or Tengen cosplay, I'd be good to go at this point. Unfortunately not. So I'm gonna have to reattach the sleeves. I also have to cut out the excess material that is on the inside of this still. Other than that, this looks way better. I'm super happy with it. The more that I have been working on this project, the more comfortable I feel. Disassembling, reassembling, you know, it's definitely terrifying to actually take apart something that was so hard to put together, but something that I've learned is I've never worked with a pattern before, and now I know that like it's okay to make adjustments to the pattern, using the pattern as sort of a template and then adjusting it for my body specifically. Also, I hate that there are 3 and not 4. I'm wondering if I can take them off. I guess next is fixing that, reattaching the sleeves. Lego. I took in the waist on both sides and it fits much better now. However, as a result of doing that, the armholes are smaller, meaning that the sleeves no longer fit the armhole. I I tried for several hours. I think I reattached the sleeves maybe 4 or 5 times, trying to get it to work with the way that it is currently, and it's either bunched at the top or the bottom of the sleeve. So I'm going to have to deconstruct the sleeve and make it a little bit smaller and then sew it back together again. Which, like I said before, it's much less of a daunting feat now. Still just kind of annoying because I want to move on to the other parts of the costume, like the fucking cape. I've been working on this costume August, September, October, November, December, January. 6 months. I have been working on this costume for half a fucking year. And all I have worked on is the actual base of the costume. I want to work on the wig and the sword and the cape and the fucking shoes. Like, oh man, I love this and I love Rengoku. Also, keep the shirt. Shit's fucking fire. So I really want to finish this. So I think I'm gonna try and step it up, you know? Get to actually finishing this thing. So I've been working on this for several hours at this point, and it's just not as smooth as I would like it to be, but I'm getting fucking sick of working on this, man. It's like so discouraging to work so hard and like want it to be so good for it to just not turn out how I want. And I'm sure it's gonna look great in the end, but I'm trying to trust the process and the fact that I have another sleeve to do. Fuck, man. It's making me think that I should just completely redo the sleeves instead of trying to modify them like I am right now. I can only find directions or like YouTube videos that are how to make sleeves from scratch, not how to modify them. You know, there's not like a 1-for-1 on how to fix it for how I have it. And if I wanted to redo the sleeves, I would have to buy more fabric. Maybe I should just start working on a different part of the costume and like come back to this just to give myself a break from it. I don't know.
And that is exactly what I did. I decided to work on the shoes, which were pretty simple. I just made one long tube for the main part and then 3 small tubes to connect it to the shoe with hot glue. After that, I moved on to remaking the cuff of the pants. This time, the fabric was able to hold itself up very nicely.
Okay, so got these all completely sewn, ready to go, and I have them pinned together because this is where they attach to the pants, but I'm gonna keep them detached to do the flame pattern with my airbrush. Yippee! But before I do that, I'm just gonna do some testing because I've never used that before.
So once I did some testing, I decided that the airbrush was not going to be a good option for adding the flame pattern, so I decided to go with heat transfer vinyl, which is the same as what I used for the Destroy logo on the back of the top.
Hello! It's probably been like 2 weeks since my last update because I've been busy working on the top. The right sleeve went on really easy and it looks great. It's really smooth at the top. It's long enough, like it's awesome. The left sleeve, on the other hand, gave me a lot more trouble. Off camera, not even exaggerating, I think I have done this sleeve maybe 15 times trying to get it right. It's still not right. My many iterations of making the sleeves I'm still not super happy with the left arm, but I'm just gonna give it a break for now. The shoes are like, they're rainbow shoes, like rainbow flip-flops, and they are just so tight. Like the leather itself is just like really tight. So I'm gonna try and wear them in a little bit. Also, the strap on the right shoe is not tight enough, so I think a little bit more glue right there, just kind of hold it in place, it'll be fine. Okay, my titties are falling out. Yeah, definitely need to get a better thing to bind with. Anyway, the collar, I just need Velcro. Not super in love with the decorative bits. It's like kind of coming off just because I have to stretch it every time I put my foot in. I'm actually I'm pretty happy with how this looks. I've been working on it for so long that I'm kind of over it. Look, this is the goal, okay? We want to be him. And I think we're getting there. 2 months until Momocon, so essentially it's down to the sword, the cape, and the wig. So that's nice. Just a few detail things for this. Otherwise, it's pretty much done. That's exciting. But it also means I have to like venture into things that I'm uncomfortable with. I just gotta get over it. Not sure who I'm going to cosplay next. I'm thinking Tengen so I don't have to do sleeves. Anything to not do sleeves again. All right, let's go. So the heat transfer vinyl that I used on the cuff of the pants, I didn't really like how it looked, and I was trying to figure out a solution, and then scrolling on Instagram, come across a Kamui reel. In the reel, she used this. She used something. I was like, what the fuck is that? So I went on a little bit of a YouTube journey to find an example of when she used that material in another video. Turns out it's just faux leather and fabric glue. And I was like, holy shit, that's a perfect solution. Let's go. So I'm gonna buy some faux leather from Fabric Wholesale Direct, where I've been getting the rest of my fabric. Meh. I'm gonna order that. I'm waiting for that faux leather to come in. So today we're gonna be finishing this. So what I'm going to do is remove this button, sew that closed. It's on the waistline where the pants come up to, so probably won't be able to see it even if it is kind of bad. And then I'm going to add 2 more buttons right here. That way I will have 4. That's gonna make me very happy. Other than that, gonna Velcro these bad boys.
This was a fateful day. If you're planning on hammering anything, do it on a surface that can handle it. Finally, it was time to move on to the cape. I was so excited about making this, but I really didn't have any idea where to start, so I decided to just drape and adjust as I went.
Good morning. So I've just been working on this, trying to get the fabric to drape how I want it to, and it's getting there. The collar is giving me some trouble, but it's gonna be covered up by the wig, so I don't know why I'm being so fucking nitpicky about it. I'd like to get this completely cut out, like all of the flame parts, and then I'll sew the edges over so that it has a clean edge. He knows. Basically just cut out the fabric and sew the edges.
So to make the flame pattern, I started by just drawing directly onto some painter's tape while using the figure I had of Rengoku as a reference. This method worked really well because I was able to cover up any changes I wanted to make with more tape. Once I was happy with the pattern I drew, I took a picture of it and then took that into Inkscape to make a more refined pattern. First, I had to make the dimensions match and line up the image, then turn down the opacity to see the new lines. After that, it was a lot of tracing, and the more I've used this method to create patterns, I've learned that less is more. So the next step was to export that into Adobe Acrobat to print, which to print over multiple pages, you just have to change the settings to poster.
I am super happy with how this is turning out. The bottom part looks great. I'm probably going to add a liner on the inside just because these edges are, well, I guess it depends if the yellow shows through when I airbrush that on, because there's gonna be red faux leather on the inside as well as the outside. The top part is still giving me a lot of trouble. I just can't seem to get it how I want it, so I'm doing the bottom half instead. The trouble with that is that I would like to completely sew it before airbrushing the yellow on. I'm still waiting for the red faux leather to come in, so I can't do that, and I can't do the airbrushing until I do this. So I have to figure that out. The one thing I can do in the meantime is cut out the pattern that I made for the red faux leather. All right, paper. I have just been pinning the cape while it's on my body because the dress form doesn't have shoulders. So I had to do it on myself, and I think I'm pretty happy with how this looks. I'm gonna sew it, and if I need to rip the stitch, then I will to fix it, but I need to just do it to get an idea of how it's gonna actually be, because this has been giving me a hard time. I actually haven't worked on it in like a few days. So the other thing is that you can see the logo when this is on, which I kind of like that you can see it because you can see it, which is cool, but you shouldn't be able to. It should be like a solid piece of fabric, so I don't know. Anyway. Every time that I've worked on the cape, it's just gotten a little bit better. I'm a little bit closer to getting it the way that I want. I actually just kind of took the fabric and overlapped it like that, and then I sewed it together so it rounds the shoulders. Once it was sewn on, I was able to kind of pull it out, and it even kind of buckles in the back, which is sick because it's supposed to do that. Let's go. So I'm hopeful that this will be my last rendition of the cape.
Oh, is that what you thought? You dumb bitch.
And then it will be ready to sew completely. After that, I'll take the top off, I'll saran wrap my dress form, and then I'll airbrush the yellow. Ah! I'm so excited. And then fabric glue the faux leather to the outside, and then I still have to make a pattern for the faux leather that's supposed to go on the inside. I also still have not gotten a nubby. Girl. No, I'm not letting you into the attic. Let's go. So, I'm really, really happy with how this looks. It's meant to be a little closer in. So here's the thing. Rengoku's cape, it doesn't have any sort of strings on it or anything in particular that's holding it in place, right? Magic just kind of floats. And this does kind of hold itself, which is nice, but I had this idea, this genius fucking idea, like forever ago, and I'm so excited I finally get to do it. I am going to put magnets on the inside of the cape and on the inside of the jacket. Oh my god. So just really strong magnets, and I can just boop, and then it'll just hold itself in place a little bit closer in, and it falls really nice. And like staple characteristic of Rengoku is him standing with his arms crossed. That's like, I mean, literally. And it looks great doing that, so oh my gosh, I'm really excited. I didn't iron it, so ironing will definitely help make the edges kind of fold inward a little bit, but the liner being there will just make it look a little bit nicer, you know, just a little. So one of the main reasons that I wanted to do a Rengoku cosplay specifically is that every Rengoku cosplay I ever saw was like good, but the Halloween costume that you buy, you buy it at Spirit Halloween, cheap material. I don't know, I just felt like Rengoku is such a distinguished character that he needed some good cosplay representation. So my goal from the start has been to have the best Rengoku cosplay. And, if I see somebody else doing another one, I'll give props. I'll give props where props are due. But I'm just saying, let me see your Rengoku. Okay, next is just taping off the dress form to do the airbrushing. I'm not gonna do that today. Instead, I'm gonna make the pattern for the red on the inside. I have 2 full weeks and 1 day until we leave for the convention. Obviously, I want everything to be done before we leave. Out of those 2 weeks, I work 8 days in total. So, but I'm also streaming. I'm gonna have to do more stuff on stream if I'm gonna get this done, I think. I'm gonna buy the sword. I don't have enough time to do it, but I do think I can finish the cape. I am just about ready to airbrush on the yellow. This is going to be a test. I just cut out a decent chunk of white fabric to test on. Before I do that, I'm gonna cut out the liner. My allergies are really bugging me. I only have today and tomorrow to finish this. I have my setup over here, airbrush, thinner, cleaner, and of course, Vallejo, yellow airbrush paint. I need to figure out the order of operations. Okay, so I'm going to cut out the liner for the cape first. After I do that, I'm gonna practice once on this scrap piece of fabric for the cape, and then I'm gonna do the real thing because cleaning the airbrush is kind of a pain. So I'm just gonna practice once and then immediately jump into doing the yellow on the cape, and then I will let that dry. I'm not sure how long it'll take. Then I'll iron it and sew the liner to the inside. After that, I'll glue on both of the faux leather flame patterns, and then the cape will be done. And then after that, I just have to style the wig. With the big belly. And your little peetsies. Okay. Don't know why I did that when I'm having a bad allergy day. She's just so cute, I can't help it. Hi guys, what's up? We are at the, is this an Airbnb? We're at the Airbnb for the con. Literally did not finish my fucking costume in time. I had to have my mom buy glue, bring it to me while I was at work. I literally didn't even have enough time to go buy myself glue. It's crazy. But anyway, going to the convention. So I have to do my makeup. Rengoku, get ready with me. I haven't seen my costume put together, so you will be seeing it for the first time as I and my friend Caleb, who's being elusive. So here I am getting ready to do my makeup and contour my face so that I look like a man. Only then do I realize that I forgot my contouring palette and my setting powder. So like 2 very important pieces of makeup. But thankfully for me, Caleb's a G and he's going to the CVS around the corner to buy me some makeup on top of the fucking bobby pins that he bought me earlier because I forgot bobby pins to put my hair up for the wig. So W Caleb, everybody in the comments, W Caleb. I feel like I have makeup in my eye. Ow. Oh, jeez. The last couple of days have been so hectic. I feel like I didn't have time to think about packing. So it was like 14-hour day, 9-hour day, and then immediately leave from work to come here. So I just had like no time. I packed in such a rush. Oh well, it's all good. It's Friday and the convention doesn't really have anything going on until like 2 o'clock anyways. I think it's like noon, 12:30 right now maybe. Hell, dude, there's something in my fucking eye. How are we still waiting for the elevator?
Good job.
So we are in the city streets of Atlanta on our way to MomoCon. I did not show my initial reaction to how the costume looks all together because I cried. I totally fucked up my cape. I glued the inside of the like red flame pattern to the cape and it is visible through on the other side, which totally sucks because I tried to get the liner to work. If the liner had worked, the glue wouldn't have shown through, and it looked so good. I was so upset.
It was a big fucking bummer.
Yeah, super big bummer. I still have the cape. It's in his backpack. I'm just not wearing it right now because the magnets were also coming unglued, so just kind of re-glued that, letting it sit for a minute. I bought some eyeliner because my shit was running low. It's not as dark as I would like it to be, so I'll fix that at some point when we get there. We got maybe another like 15 minutes.
15-minute walk or so.
Yeah,
Before
so
we hit the car.
yeah, keep you updated. Day 2, MomoCon. I am waiting for Caleb to get some liquor right now because we're not trying to be sober at this bit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I just noticed fucking cops across the street. I'm much happier with how my makeup looks today. I think it looks more like Rengoku. I'm not very good at makeup in general, so it's harder. Like, I know how to contour for my face, but contouring for a male face, you know, is a little harder, but I think it turned out pretty good. Yeah, I was really upset with the cape yesterday. I'm feeling better about the...
I love you.
Thank you, appreciate it. I've been feeling a lot better about it today, so we'll see how it goes. So, just had the Demon Slayer photo shoot. It was super fun. Only a handful of Rengokus, but a ton of people dressed up as Demon Slayer. Super fun. Walking back into the exhibit hall, gonna probably buy... I saw one Rengoku print that was really cool, so I'll probably get that. And we got a lot of aisles left, so let's see.
So these were all of the streamer booths on Saturday night, and this is the main area, but it was pretty dead at this point.
So I'm gonna be streaming in like 10 minutes. Pretty hype about it. Hopefully the games are good because I'm playing DVD, so you never know. I know, right? I'm gonna get like a clown and a legion and a knight and a skull merchant. Please, no. Give me a Wesker or an unknown. If I get a Chucky.
Nothing but Chucky's running undetectable parts.
Yo, this is the booth. We got OBS. We got this cute little computer. This is the setup. It's not bad, honestly, especially considering there are only like, oh, there's my sword. We just put it in the corner of the room and I didn't see it. Just finished streaming, super fun, had a great time. Got all my homies out here and I got my other homie out there. Look at him, what a guy. Hello. So it's been a couple weeks since MomoCon. Once again, I was feeling a little burnt out. So, because I'm clinically insane, I've decided that I'm going to remake the cape. I'm also going to redo the cuff on the pants. When I started working on the cape, I knew it was either going to be the piece I was most proud of, or it was going to be the thing that broke me. And I wanted it to be something I was really proud of. Unfortunately, I mean, it looks okay. It looks okay. A couple things about this. First of all, I was having trouble with the shoulders from the get-go, and I think that I can do that better. For some reason, this was the only part of the costume that I tried to do without a pattern. Why didn't I try to make a pattern? couldn't tell you. And I wanted to add a liner, but the liner was just making it worse. So like it wasn't fitting properly. The magnets actually worked really well, but they were falling off because I didn't take enough time to glue them and let the glue dry. And then there was like sticky adhesive on the back from the stickers that were on them. And like, that was rushed. Could have been better, but the magnets work, which I was really happy about because it looked great when it was just like draping. The flame patterns, I couldn't get them to connect, like the front and the inside, because of the white fabric in the way. And then I thought, why do I need the white fabric there in the first place, right? The plan is to stop the white fabric here and then just glue the flame pattern onto it. And then the red faux leather will be able to just meet together very nicely. Instead of having these rough edges, didn't glue them down all the way. And the worst part of all, which literally made me cry, I glued the inside flame patterns and you can see the glue on the outside and it looked really good until I did that and it made me so upset. So I'll have two separate pieces, the inside and the outside. I'll completely do the outside. I had to buy more. I actually had to buy more everything. I've spent way too much money on this. I had to buy more white fabric. I had to buy more red faux leather. I had to buy more yellow airbrush paint. I had to buy more white liner. I had to buy more red fabric so I can redo the cuffs. I do still have enough of the yellow faux leather to redo the flame pattern. So yeah, I'm waiting for all of that material to come in so that I can redo this because I know I can do it better for the cuff of the pants. The issue is that when I put my foot in the pant, this diameter, it's smaller than my foot, the front of my foot to my heel. That distance is greater than this. So whenever I glued the flame pattern on in the first place, I kind of tried to make the space bigger by pulling the red part up on the calf thing, if that makes any sense. And because of that, it just kind of turned out bumpy, and then it literally ripped through this whole spot at one point. I think if I cut the flame pattern a little skinnier, it will look better. It looks kind of clunky and it's not as readable as it should be. So that'll be my, third time redoing the cuff, and then I'm gonna completely redo the cape. I was not happy with how the wig looked, but I just didn't have enough time. I ran out of fucking time again. Yeah, I wasn't very happy with the wig. I think it was good for the time being, aside from my little mental breakdown. I had a great time. We got to check out all of the vendor booths. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring a phone charger, so I'm a fucking idiot. So because I didn't have a phone charger, I wasn't able to film as much as I wanted to. I did like a little bit of get ready with me, but I wanted to get some footage of the con itself and I couldn't really do that. I wasn't planning on vlogging. That was my first con cosplaying ever, so I wanted to just enjoy it and not worry about vlogging as well. I streamed. They had like a bunch of booths for streamers, so that was cool. I got to stream on Saturday night, and I had like so many different panels, and there was a Demon Slayer photo shoot. That was probably my favorite part of the whole con, was meeting other people that were also cosplaying Rengoku and doing all these fun poses, and the boba was good. I want more boba. Just waiting on all of that fabric to come in. In the meantime, I'm gonna be working on the wig. And I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about how to style wigs. Hopefully I will be able to take some of that knowledge, put it into my Rengoku wig. Okay, well, here we go again. Oh, jeez.
The process for making the cape was similar to my first try. This time I used a Vogue fashion cape pattern, but it was too short, so I made it longer, made a mock-up, and then cut the final pieces out of a white bedsheet that was once my sheet ghost costume, then pinning and sewing all 8 panel pieces with my brand new serger. Making the flame pattern was the same in that I made the pattern and printed it, but I somehow forgot to add the bottom half, so I had to do that part on the fly. And this cape was so much larger that I had to cut the pattern up to make it fit on the faux leather. And after that, it was just gluing it to the cape. And here are the final results.